So this is Fix It Friday, all right? And then what I want to do on these videos for you guys, this is only for subscribers only, is just give you a tip that you're going to use before you maybe go out and play around a golf at the weekend. So it'll be a short tip, but I really suggest you go out and try them, all right? So, and give them a go, especially if you're struggling with your game at the moment or you're lacking a bit of consistency. I want you to add these in. They'll be specific. Now, you can help me out though as well by maybe sending in suggestions, all right? What you would like to see. Maybe it's a specific issue that you're having with a slice or things like that. Send them in, just drop me a message on Skillist and I'll do my best to go through it and do a video about what maybe that particular problem. It might be able to give you a fix ready for the weekend, all right? So anyway, what I want to talk to you today about is a very simple thing of which is a pre-shot routine. Taking your time. One of the things I see a lot of golfers do is they don't take their time before they hit a shot. Now, if you watch the guys and girls on the TV, you know, they'll always step away from the ball and always start from behind. Okay, this is what we call the green zone, if you want to call it that, before they move into the sort of the play zone. All right, and what they're doing from here, there's several things that they're doing. They're assessing the shot, they're assessing the wind, they're assessing the lie and things like that. They're assessing what club they're going to use. And they do it away from the ball, and then they'll start from behind the ball, all right? And what I'm doing from here is I've used a tennis ball and a stick to sort of indicate where my target is. And you wouldn't normally have sticks down on the ground either, but what I've used here is I want you to try and establish a target line, all right? So what I'm doing from here is I'm using the golf ball and I'm drawing a line, and that will point, the tennis ball could indicate as a marker on the ground. Now you could have a leaf, it could be an old divot, different colored piece of grass, a piece of grass sticking out. Use something that's ahead of you that's going to give you an indication towards where you want to aim and swing towards, all right? Because then from everything from there is then going to set up around that marker point and the golf ball. You're going to be able to connect the dots, if that makes sense, all right? So even if you're slicing it, you can still aim to something specific, all right? And what I tend to do is always start from behind the ball, and I sort of line those dots up, all right? So I'll stand there and I'll try and line those up. I might even make a few practice swings away from the ball just to get a feel for the swing that I'm trying to play. So if I'm trying to play a straight one, try and swing it straight. Trying to play a fade, a draw, a low one, a high one. I'm trying to practice what that feels like. Tiger Woods does a great job of that, where he'll practice maybe 3 strokes before he actually hits the ball, all right? So that's what I want you to really try to focus upon. Now, for me, I always take hold of the club away from the ball. I never do it at the ball. One of the biggest faults I see with amateurs is they'll tend to put the club down in and then start building everything around it. Do it away from the ball, all right? Get your gripper correct away from the ball. You should have a pre-shot routine on your grip as well, would you believe? But just make sure, because it gives you the focus on what you should be doing. You can do this behind the ball while still looking at the target and get your grip established, all right? It's very, very important. The grip is a very important part of the swing, all right? Once I've got that established, I will then just reoccur it, use my little marker. I mean, there's even an old dead leaf here that I've got that I could use. I'll take hold of the club away from the ball, present it in, and then it's like a little dance. Now the reason why I put these down here, because it gives me like little segments, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm always going to be in this segment here, all right? So I've got my hands on the club, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to present the club into behind the ball, and I'm going to take my right foot, step on into it, and look down the target line as I present the club face behind the ball. I also allow the weight of the club just to sort of drop down and drop my hands into the right position. I can then present that club face towards the target. I can see that's now facing towards my yellow ball or my marker. And then I can bring my left foot round to get my feet in position. From here then I'm checking my alignment. I'm checking, you know, does it all correspond to those, connecting those dots? Am I running parallel to that? Is my grip correct? And is the ball located in the correct position here? And I'm settling into posture as well, all right? And what I would really suggest you do when you do this is you just have a little waggle just to sort of release the tension in your arms, your shoulders, especially more into your shoulders, just to keep it nice and loose. And I'm also moving as well. You'll always notice I do this. I always have a little wiggle with my feet as well. I'm always moving pressures back and forth. This keeps me alive, all right? If I just get heavy and static, what you'll find there is your tension will just creep in, all right? So it's really important you go through that routine every single time. Whether it gives you a good shot or a bad shot, stop. Go through that routine, all right? I can promise you it breeds in good consistency to anybody's game, okay? It's a real must do when you're playing. So when you're next playing this weekend, go through that routine. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine, but do something that's going to make you be consistent every single time. It's the one link that you can have with a tournament player that's playing this weekend themselves, all right? So give it a go. But remember, drop me something down below if you want to see anything specific, and I'll add that into next week's one. But good luck. Have a good game this weekend.